Hey guys, it's Mike with BitcoinHomebase.com, and we are launching a new series on our channel, and this is called Why the F Hasn't My Altcoin Lambo'd Yet. So what the purpose of this is I've been in a lot of boards for coins that I hold and a lot of Facebook groups, and I see a lot of people coming in and asking, well, I've had my coins for 3 days. How soon is it going to double? How soon is it going to 10x? How soon are we going to see these massive returns? Is it going to moon soon? Anyway, so I don't think people are getting it with some of these long-term holds. That's totally possible, obviously, with pump and dump altcoins that don't really have great tech, but I'm seeing this on boards for coins like Verge and Cardano. And so I want to make our first focus coin for the series. Why the F hasn't my altcoin Lambo'd yet? We're going to make this about Cardano. So Cardano is an absolutely amazing tech coin, and the team is really what makes Cardano very special. So we have some of the team that was involved in Ethereum, and their ideas for this coin, if you haven't looked into it, are incredibly solid. It is literally industry leading right now. There's not any other coin that has the planning as scientifically examined and peer reviewed right now on the market. And there's a lot to be done. There's a lot that's going to roll out still for Cardano. So that is why we're not seeing it Lamboing right now. We're going to have to hold Cardano for a couple of years. This is not a coin that you want to cash in immediately. This is a coin you want to still buy now and then hang on to. So the three reasons that Cardano are, well, we'll say four, for the four reasons. So the first reason is the security, and this is the absolute number one. This is a coin that is designed to have the same level of security that is used in high assurance mission critical systems. So things like helicopters and blasting a rocket into space, anything that you need to make sure that that code is not going to fail. So this is a super heavy duty code, and they're writing it in Haskell. And this is one of the other assets, and one of the cards up the sleeve of Cardano is they have the gentleman who invented Haskell code working on the Cardano team. We have the guy who wrote the best security code writing for Cardano, and there is not a single other coin out there in the market that has that level of safety and security protocol being built into their coin. And we have it being built by the gentleman who invented it. He is on the team of Cardano. So we now also point out that the next biggest asset is Charles Hoskinson. And he's going to give you the three pillars right here of why Cardano is going to be the coin of the future. And again, so if you think of Cardano, think its actual currency coin tech. We're not talking about Tron, where it's going to be used on gaming platforms and over at maybe Alibaba. We have a coin that is going to be designed as our future everyday currency that's going to be very extensible. It's going to understand how to instantly translate and convert between different coin currency. And anyway, we'll let him point it out right here. So we'll let Charles Hoskinson with Cardano ADA speak about Cardano.
But those are the three pillars. It's basically this idea of sustainability, the idea of interoperability, and the idea of scalability, while maintaining all the things that make Ethereum great and maintaining all the things that make Bitcoin great, and also cleaning a lot of stuff up. Now, you have to have process to get there, and the problem is that as you go from generations, first generation Bitcoin, second generation Ethereum, third generation Cardano, you encounter an order of magnitude increase in complexity. Okay, so Bitcoin's real simple. You can write it up in a few thousand lines of code, in a sufficiently concise language. The specification's not very big because all the hard problems have been solved at this point. We have a pretty good mental model of what it ought to look like. Ethereum's a lot more complicated. It takes a lot more work and effort because you have a VM and you have to maintain stateful things, and these things can talk to each other, and you have like a pub sub network model. And there's a lot of stuff going on there that you just don't need for Bitcoin. And then when you start talking about third generation, you're talking about the capability to understand arbitrarily many other systems. You're talking about being able to provision metadata and attribution. You're talking about voting systems. You're talking about lots of game theory. You're talking about much more complicated consensus algorithms and network protocols and data layers and so forth. So all of these things necessarily mean that it's very easy to screw up. As we've seen with Ethereum, it's already showing its signs of where poor engineering or poor design decisions have resulted in moral hazards or lots of loss of money. So we said if we're going to do this, we're going to go back to that principled approach that IOHK set up, which is we are going to go ahead and follow peer review and follow formal methods. And everybody says, oh, well, everybody's doing peer review. I publish a white paper and people read it. That's not how peer review works. Peer review means you actually write an academic paper. You submit it to an academic conference, and there's this weird guy with thick Coke bottle glasses who doesn't like you, who makes your life miserable on the committee until somehow you've satisfied him, or at the very least got him to weak accept it, and then you go and present it for another round of meeting. And so peer review is not easy. It's very expensive. It's a very slow, methodical process, but it does tend to produce very good research. And then in terms of formal methods, it's not just good enough to write papers. You actually have to build them. You have to actually implement them. And the problem is that if you just go from paper to code, you're probably not going to write it correctly the first time. And as a consequence, even though the paper is correct and it's been vetted and it's good, the code is not, and the code will break and have a big failure. So formal method is like something that lives in between, where you pull out the intent of the cryptographers and the computer scientists, and you write it in a way a computer can understand, and you can have actually test outputs, and then you can actually prove that the code you've written, when you finally get to the engineering side of things, is correct. It's called a by-simulation proof. This is not commonly done in software development. It's very rare. It's done only usually in high-assurance applications like jet engines and medical software, where if you get the blue screen of death on your pacemaker or on your jet engine, you're not going to be a happy camper. Or it's done with aerospace software like, the Mars rover, where, if it crashes while it's on Mars, you can't go to Mars and kick it and reboot it. It's done, right? So you have to go ship another one. So the good news is that NASA and others have invested unlimited amounts of money, like mountains of it, into this type of stuff. And it is definitely useful in industry. And if you really want to go down that road, it just, again, it's more complicated and time consuming. So those are the principles, the heart of the Cardano project. We like to.
So I want to say a quick thanks to Data Dash really quick. We've used his video here to his interview with Charles Hoskinson, and we're going to put a link below. Hopefully we'll drive a little of our traffic over to him to say thank you. So make sure you check out Data Dash's channel. He gives probably the best unbiased reviews of crypto and altcoins that I've seen anywhere. So I really trust his opinions on coins, and he's a great channel to watch. So definitely check out Data Dash. Hands down my favorite crypto channel right now. Anyway, as you could hear Mr. Hoskinson discuss some of the three pillars of Cardano, it's super important that you note that security. It's that high assurance process in which they're taking and having their white paper peer reviewed. Their tech is literally the most solid in all of crypto right now. So there's other coins that have very ambitious tech. So obviously we have IOTA, which is developing an entirely new system, the Tangle protocol, and it is really impressive. There's some other coins that are sort of derivatives off of that. Really exciting stuff going on. But for everyday currency, for what they're trying to build into Cardano, this is some revolutionary stuff. This is some incredibly forward-thinking stuff. There are no shortcuts being taken with the Cardano project. This is a coin that I feel, just based on this team, based on their excellence and their dedication to achieving excellence with this coin. So we have people that do not need to achieve more success in this space, but they see that there's an opportunity to revolutionize and take cryptocurrency to the next level. And he sees all of the gaps that were left by obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and some of these other currencies that are coming up. And they have come up with solutions that are able to be more extensible over time, more adaptable. So whatever our landscape looks like in the future, Cardano is going to be able to adapt and adjust to that landscape for our currency needs, security needs. It is looking to me to be like the safest bet of any of my crypto investments. So again, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not trying to tell anybody this is where they should put their money. I just want them to know, why isn't Cardano Lamboing yet? Because it is one of the best, one of the biggest undertakings in all of cryptocurrency, and this is going to take a little time, but I have complete faith that Charles Hoskinson and his team of innovators, really top level innovators, like some of the best minds in crypto, are going to get us there. Now, anyone who is asking these questions in boards right now obviously hasn't taken a single moment to look into what these projects are. So should you be investing huge sums of money into projects that you don't know what they're about, that if there's solid tech? Absolutely not. You should not go down that road. That is a very unwise way to invest your money. You need to look into these projects. You need to see what they're about. My vote, my smart money is on Cardano. So this is my single largest holding of all of my crypto. I own the most Cardano of any coin. Now, do I expect it to Lambo this year? I expect it to do some really big things this year, but it's not going to happen in a couple of weeks. You definitely can't ask that in a couple of days. Do I advise selling Cardano? I'm not going to sell my Cardano anytime this year. This is not the year to sell Cardano. Next year may not even be the time to sell Cardano, but will you be glad that you bought it now as opposed to next year? Absolutely. The market is going to change so much. And if you look at just what the market cap of all of crypto has done, we've done $500 billion just since November, guys. I mean, it is absolutely insane that we are on this rocket trajectory. Now, is the market going to correct? Absolutely. Here and there we're going to see it adjust and correct. But I think that we're going to see jumps like that again in cryptocurrency in 2018. And it's going to be a lot easier for us once we've topped $1 trillion to do the next $1 trillion. So I don't foresee there being as big a barrier to doing the second trillion as once we've accomplished that goal, that psychological goal of 1 trillion. So it's going to become really big news once cryptocurrency has topped $1 trillion, and we're going to see a ton more money flood into it because no one wants to be the early adopter. All of us in the space right now are the brave souls that are blazing the trail for everyone else. So we're going to be rewarded for that, because this is the people who take the risks, the greatest risks, are also going to take home the greatest rewards. So it is a very important time for crypto, and a very important time to back coins that have the best tech. So obviously you can play around with some of the little altcoins that are pump and dump, and obviously you can 5x, 10x, whatever, in a day on some of these coins. And it's fine to do that. But the coins that you really want to get behind are projects like Cardano that have long-term vision. That Hoskinson says he's not in this to create another coin that's going to last maybe 4 or 5 years. He wants to have a coin that's going to last 40 years plus. So this is a guy who is thinking long-term down the road, and I do not see anyone else with that kind of vision in crypto right now. There's a lot of other very smart people in this space, a lot of very exciting technology that's going to transform and decentralize the internet, but I do not see anyone with this kind of vision for crypto. There are applications, obviously, that can be run on the Cardano network. So we're going to be able to have probably a form of internet as well within the Cardano project. So anyway, all of that is still very far off. That isn't anything that we're going to see overnight returns on, and that is not how smart money invests. So the biggest reward is for the people who buy these coins low, hang on to them, and this is a long-term hold. And then the payoff for that, that is going to be an exciting payoff. So anyway, this is Mike with Bitcoin Homebase. Please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment below. If you have any questions about Cardano, or if you have a coin that you'd like to see me doing another Why the F hasn't my altcoin Lambo'd yet video, please leave that in a comment, and we will do that. You can post it on your message board and share it with people that are clearly not educated about some of these coins, because honestly it gets so frustrating. I cannot tell you, there's not a single thing that is pissing me off more right now than seeing people on the Cardano Facebook groups basically expecting it to have gone Lambo, done a moon at this point. So alright, well anyway guys, we're also giving away a free CryptoKitty to somebody who subscribes and likes and also comments with their MetaMask wallet address. So make sure you do that, and if you comment shared in a separate comment, we're going to give you a second entry. So we'll count that as a second entry on the random comment picker. So make sure again that you subscribe, like the video, and also comment with your MetaMask wallet address and get that second entry by writing the word shared in a separate comment. So alright guys, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.